this is Z loading a trailer, and I'll do a little bit of a point by point to show what works and what makes this exercise so hard for most dogs. So this really calls for the dog to do every detail of work just to load a trailer. They need to come off balance. They need to be able to push. They need to be able to back off. They need to have some patience. They really need to work the heads and the heels of the stock. Work the group. So the little orange circle is where I'm pointing out to you the leader of this group. And so once she gets that guy turned and looking at the trailer, and so see, I'm having to call her in and let her push because she was trying to flank out and be a little bit wide, and she's really needing to come in on the head of this animal and just gain control of it. So each group that you work is going to have a leader. So their turn in, and then the arrow there was to show you that they are headed towards the stock trailer. Now here Z's coming around to the heads, and she can't do that because she's going to push them away from the trailer, and she's doing it again. So I flank her back towards the back, and see when I say push, she's kind of flanking, which is what that other green arrow was. It was showing you she's going side to side. She's not pushing directly in on the livestock, and so that's making it a little bit more difficult for her. So here's the leader again, and she's still trying to walk back and forth instead of walk directly in. So I do stop her because telling her to just push isn't going to change any of that. And now she's still flanking back and forth, but she's doing it a little bit more direct. So there I've got my stock looking at the trailer. She's coming out to that one to catch the head and get him turned back. And there we had some success. So we're going to do it again, same group of stock. So your leader's still going to be the same. It's going to be the white-headed one right there. And so she didn't get him quite turned. So she's got to come off balance. There. And so I stopped her. So now she needs to go come by, get them looking at the trailer. When I say there, she's got them headed in the right direction. And I'm watching that white-headed one. I'm watching the group, but I'm mainly looking at the white-headed one. They are facing the trailer. Now Z is in the way. So she's got to open the door right there, and she flanked back to the heads. You see that? So she's blocking them again. So flank her back towards the back. So she does need to kind of be on the shoulders of the animal a little bit. She's got to keep those heads pointed towards the entrance of the trailer, but she's then got to go towards the back to push them forward. See, she's blocking. And goats are tricky. They'll try to, one will split off and they'll try to leave the group like that. They're not as group oriented as sheep. So she's got to catch this white-headed one again. Right there. So her there needs to be crisp. She needs to turn in when I say there, and she really needs to check up. We're giving them a moment to kind of look at the trailer here. Once they've settled, I can walk her up. And so she walks up on the heads and pushes them away. Right there. She needs to walk up. And then see my leader is kind of not pointed at the trailer. But now he is. So we're going to settle them. And then once they've had a chance to settle, I'll walk her up on them. So you don't want to try to push stock into a trailer when they're not quite settled at the mouth yet. You just want to get them looking at the trailer, looking at the direction you want them to go, give them a chance to settle, and then have the dog push. So you see how steady she has to be. And she chose to lie herself down there. I would prefer if she stood and just held steady pressure. But you see, when you worry about the leader, which is the white-headed one there in the back, he's the first one on the trailer. Worry about the leader, keep the other ones grouped to the trailer, and you'll be in good shape.